Hello, people. Um, Sorry, I have not been great at posting. I just kind of let life pass me by and don't post, so sorry about that. But I figured I'd make a post about life, recent events. And I'm gonna start probably allowing comments, because part of me wanting to do this channel is to, I don't know, just talk to people. About life. I love just talking to people about life and sharing experiences and hard times and good times and uh anyways, so some recent events. Things have been crazy and I'm going to share some personal experiences. So, I struggle with OCD, which kind of makes me introverted. I'm totally an extrovert. I'm totally an extrovert, but my OCD makes me an introvert. So it's kind of frustrating. I feel like my natural personality like loves people. I'm not shy. I love being around people, but then my mental illness kind of it takes a part of who I am, and I become introverted. I don't want to be around people. It's too much work. I'm inside my head too much that people exhaust me, that I just want to be alone. So what happened was one of my friends, we were going to go out to this boutique thing, and I knew I wanted to go alone. And do you ever have those moments where you just open your big mouth and you're like, ugh, why did I say that? It was one of those moments where I was like, oh, we should go together. And as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I really wanted to go alone. Because I really like shopping alone. It's kind of my getaway. I get to just be by myself and not have to try. And so I knew as soon as I said it, I didn't mean it. But I didn't want to right after that say, oh, I'm just kidding. I didn't really mean that. I didn't actually want to go together. So the day before, I had ended up telling her, like, hey, the boys have been home from school for a couple days. I know I'm going to want to just get out and kind of be by myself. So I'm so sorry to cancel, but I'm going to go today instead of tomorrow. To me, no big deal at all. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. She was really mad, and her husband actually told my husband that she was upset, and he was kind of complaining to him about it. And anyways, Andrew had said, yeah, something about I wouldn't be surprised if she cancels at the next thing too. She kind of, I don't know exactly what he said, but he said something like, I wouldn't be surprised if she cancels on Friday or whatever. So what had happened is the same friend of mine had planned a movie night at her house, just a little girls get together. And I never even said I was coming. I said, okay, awesome, thanks. It was they were watching like an Irish movie at her house. And that week, I am not going to get into detail what had happened that week, but I was so angry. Like, I had so many emotions that week. I was angry at life, at God. There were some crazy things that went down that week, and I just was overwhelmed. It was just a bad week. And so when Friday came around, I was like, you know what? I don't feel like going around and being around people. So I just told her, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling good today. I'm not going to be able to make it, but you guys have fun. And she responded with, we will. It really bothered me. Like, it pissed me off, to be honest, because I knew that she was having an attitude with me. It wasn't like, oh, we'll miss you, hope you feel better. Nothing. No sympathy, no empathy. And so I kind of snapped back at her. And I said, oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Because I'm just that way. If somebody has attitude with me, I have attitude back. I don't just take your shit and just ignore it because it will eat me alive. So I clap back at people. So that's what happened. Turned into this big fight. Her basically telling me I'm a flake, and I found it very funny because I'm like, in like the 10 years we've been friends, I have canceled like a few things with notice and with a reason. And I ended up opening up to her about what had happened that week, how I was feeling, how I was completely overwhelmed with everything going on in life, and I was really struggling with my mental health, all this stuff. She didn't care. She didn't want to hear it. No empathy. It was just like, I just got the vibe that she was just telling me I was faking it and that I was a flake. I'm gonna move this video downstairs because my husband's getting home. But anyways, so turned into this big fight, and I literally felt like the worst person in the world because I had just not wanted to go hang out with people. Like, I felt like the worst person. And it's just sad to me that some people just have no empathy for others. Like, I understand she doesn't know what it's like to struggle with mental health, or chronic pain, or infertility, any of those things. But, like, having no empathy for others just, like, makes me sick. Like, I don't know. I just was like, all you seem to care about is that I'm not showing up to your things. Like, you don't actually seem to care about me. Anyways, and she kind of admitted, well, it was money and time that I had to plan, and I'm just sitting there going, my gosh, can I Venmo you $5 for the cheese and crackers that you provided for? Like, it just made me angry because here I was opening my heart to her. Like, I told her in detail, like, why I didn't feel like coming around, and she didn't care. She did not care what I was going through. It was just like, well, you're a flake. To me, a flake is telling you they're coming, which I didn't even say I was coming to the movie night, and just not showing up and not giving you a reason. It's not the day before saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling good. And not feeling good can also mean mentally not feeling good. It doesn't have to mean, oh, I have a cold. You can mentally not be feeling good. And I think people don't think about that. And I wish there was more understanding around that. So long story short, I basically said, I don't want to be friends. I can't be friends with people that expect me to be a perfect friend, that expect me to show up to every single thing and have no empathy or sympathy. Like, so yeah, that friendship is over. And I'm just realizing, and I've said this before, that I don't really care to have friendships. It's not important to me at this stage in my life. And I don't know if it has ever really been important to me, to be honest. Like, maybe when I was younger, like, yeah, in my 20s, maybe. No, even then I didn't care. Because it's just, it's time, it's effort, and I think because I'm in survival mode all the time with my mental health and with other stuff, that I don't care to form good friendships. Hold on, I'm doing a YouTube video. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Anyways, we gotta get going. We are running to make some shelves, but I will talk more about this later. But just please have empathy for other people. Like, and I know I will continue to make more videos about this, but I don't feel like I needed to be made out to be the devil because I canceled on something, and that's how I felt. I literally felt like the worst person in the world, and you don't need that from people. If people can't understand, even after you open up to them, they don't deserve to be in your life, and cut people off. You can just say, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not going to work out. We're not going to be able to be friends. We have different views. Well, and you can have different views, but it's like we have different ideas of how a friend should be. and I can't meet your expectations. So anyways, gotta run. We're making shelves today in the shed, and my husband is actually motivated. So I gotta go. Talk to you guys later.